Good
evening. Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm about to give a really unpopular opinion, and I'm sure it's going to be especially unpopular amongst women.
I'm Gray Mars. Break a record by being with 100 men in one day. And right after she was done, she recorded a documentary.
I'm a vegan weed. Call yourself fresh and wear the same weak ass turtleneck on every show. Goddamn. Then we got goddamn the Sudanese Sambo. Bruh, man.
Office and everything like that. I was like, if that was the case, like there would be lawsuits up the ass and impeachment inquiry.
I'm skeptic. Like I always say, don't let anybody trample on your constitutional rights.
I'm Mia. That's not a correct power dynamic in my mind. Typically, the people that are trying to be removed are not in control. That's why they're easily being removed.
The government, states, they start putting these RICO acts on Diddy, all of these guys, and try to put it on these ongoing criminal organizations. I ain't never seen the government put a RICO act on the KKK.
Which happened? Come on, man. You got to acknowledge this. This is the problem that I have with elders like you, because you fail to acknowledge that this stuff has happened.
If we sit there and be old school, we gonna miss the boat. You know, a lot of this kids 19 years old buying houses with Bitcoin, buying Maserati.
Wow.
WF.
Has just been indicted on a federal fraud charge, indicted in the Eastern District of Virginia. One count of mortgage fraud after an investigation is what we're hearing at this hour. This case, as has been reported, had centered primarily around how you, from what we understand at least, list your residences. Was it a primary residence in Norfolk, Virginia, or in New York? And now, of course, Letitia James, the Attorney General for the state of New York, who had defeated Donald Trump in court in between his two terms as president, becomes the latest Trump foe to be indicted. Following James Comey, there have been reports that there'll be more to come. Today, it's James.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Party. Why I like the new party? Number one, it's a group of people that's on a panel. We all have differences, but we all basically still come together at the end of the day. The new party for me is about unity. The new party for me is about educating people to the truth, letting people know what's been going on in our country. With that being said, shout out to the new party, man. We're going to keep it going with y'all.
Welcome to the new party. I'm Nora Christine.
I'm Gray Mars.
I'm Kamal.
I'm Enzo.
I'm Mia.
And tonight on the new party, shout out to everyone in the chat. We have an exciting announcement to make at the end of the show, so stick around for it. But tonight, our first topic of the night is Letitia James' indictment. I'm going to allow our resident New Yorker to comment first, or New Jerseyer. You know what I mean, that area.
The same thing.
The same
It's all
thing.
the same shit.
Tri-state
area.
The tri-state area. And for those of you wondering, tonight I have my MAG hat on tonight because I finally have something I'm happy about. We may see peace in the Middle East. My president deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. We'll see if it lasts, but nevertheless, I'm going to let my fellow MAGA go first. Go ahead and tell me what you think about Letitia James being indicted.
About damn time. About damn time with this. This is funny. This is funny because this is exactly what the same exact charges he brought on Donald Trump with overvaluing properties in New York with that $385 million judgment that got dropped. It's the same exact charge. I mean, if you're going to play in the mud and try to sling mud at somebody and expect it not to come back on you in one way or the other, Donald Trump's out for retribution. Let's just be completely honest. After what the Democrats did to him the last 10 years, you didn't think that he was going to have his people look into them. You're absolutely crazy. This is well needed. I'm happy to start seeing this. I'm happy to see with Letitia James, James Comey, Jack Smith's next, and I've been hearing more things about the Obama, that there's more to come with that too. So all the people that have been trying to take him down for the last 10 years are all going to come crumbling down themselves. Worse charges.
Yeah, all the Democrats, they ran from the show tonight. Skeptic's not here, so unfortunately, Gray, you're by yourself. What do you think about this? What do you think about, is it retaliation, is it retribution, or is it justified?
Well, it looks like retaliation. I don't know if it's justified, but if she was making $220,000 a year, I know she lives in New York, and New York is expensive, but it's still a lot of money. If she really did it, that would be like she deserves to go to jail. She was working for the government. She probably had good benefits. So I can't sit here and say, "Oh, I want Trump to be charged," and say I don't want her to be charged.
Fair enough. So we're going to switch gears, go to the next topic of the night. We really don't have much to say on that. More is coming out. But we have a lot to say about this government shutdown, okay? There was a screaming match between Hakeem Jeffries and a MAGA senator. We're going to play this clip. If you're watching, please hit the like button. I'm about to put up a poll for everyone since everyone loves polls. But here we go with this clip.
We've got a 1-year extension. Why don't we sign on right now?
Let me ask you a question. Did you get permission from your boss?
Why don't we sign on right now?
Did your boss, Donald Trump?
You can easily extend the ACA
Did your
right
boss,
now.
Donald Trump,
He's
give
not
you
my
permission?
boss.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. And by the way,
so let me ask you a
why
question.
did you vote to shut the government down? Why did you vote to shut it down?
Let me ask you a question.
For years, you always lectured about how we need to keep the government open.
You're making a show of this to make
it's
yourself
sad.
relevant.
It's sad. You could easily sign on to
You're
this.
embarrassing yourself right now.
You can sign on to this. The only
You're
embarrassment here is
chasing clout.
you.
You're an embarrassment.
You could sign on to the bill.
Let me ask you a question.
You have 4 Democrats on here.
Let me ask you a
Why won't
question.
sign on
Let me ask
to
you a
it?
question.
It's a clean
Let me ask you a question. You voted for the one big
Clean
ugly bill,
extension.
correct?
I voted for a tax cut bill that gave the largest tax cut to Americans in history, including, by the way, the average New Yorker getting a $4,000 tax cut. Are you against that?
You're embarrassing yourself right now.
Do you want to cut the standard deduction in half?
The largest cut to Medicaid in
No,
American history. You
waste,
voted for that.
Fraud and abuse, by the way.
You voted
Tom DiNapoli, the
for a
Democratic
permanent-
controller of New York,
Let me ask you a question.
pointed out that $1.2 billion were wasted.
Listen, you're not going to talk to me. You're not going to talk to me and talk
and
over me
non-New York residents
because you don't
getting
want to
paid.
hear what I have to say.
Oh, I'm listening.
So why don't
Go
you
ahead.
just keep your mouth shut?
Oh,
because you
is
showed
that-
up.
Is that the way to
You
talk?
showed up.
Yeah.
And so you voted for this one
I
big
signed
ugly
on
bill.
to this. You can extend it right
A
now.
permanent extension of massive tax breaks for your billionaire donors.
So 90% of Americans.
So they can get a permanent extension.
90% of Americans
but working
take the
class
standard
Americans
deduction.
can't? Is that right?
90% of Americans take the standard deduction.
Is that right?
If you had your way, the standard deduction would have been cut in half. That
No
would have been a
one-
massive tax increase
no
on
one-
Americans all across the country.
You're
You support
here,
that?
unfortunately,
You're against
to do
lifting the
the
cap on
bidding
salt?
of your billionaire donors.
The
That's
billionaire
unfortunate.
donors lifting the
That's
cap on
correct.
salt. We put a income cap in place.
Why are you here right now?
An income
Where
cap.
the rest
Well,
of
didn't
your
you want all
Republican
Republicans
colleagues?
to be here?
Where
I'm
the
here.
rest of your Republican
You wanted
colleagues?
Republicans to be here. I'm here.
Why are you
And
here?
by the way, you can pass an ACA extension right now. Sign on to this bill.
Did your boss
Sign
Donald
on
Trump?
to the bill.
Is your boss Donald Trump behind that yet?
HR 5145. Why don't you get on it?
Mike, is your boss Donald Trump behind that
Why
yet?
won't you get on it?
Because you don't work for the American people.
Oh, I do. I work,
You don't work for the people
of
of the
New York.
17th
I work for the
District.
people of my district.
Is that why you? Is that
I'm
why
here.
you got 145?
And by the way, I
people
voted
on
for a
Medicaid.
clean CR to keep the government open
Mike,
and funded.
you're-
You voted to shut it
You're
down.
embarrassing yourself right now.
Yeah, leader, with all due
Well, as
respect,
we would say
you're
back
the
in the-
one.
why are you playing yourself?
You're the one
Why are
who
you playing
actually
yourself with
voted
these
to shut the
theatrics?
government down.
Actually, you
It's
know
sad.
that's not true.
It's sad. You voted to shut the government
Listen,
down.
do Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency?
Right, and
correct?
you're smart enough to know
Is
that, you
right?
need 60 votes in the Senate.
Is that right? No.
Do you need 60 votes in the Senate
Were
or
60
no?
votes needed to pass your one big ugly bill?
Reconciliation, which you
Was
did with
60
the IRA,
was
and
60
boy, that really reduced inflation.
Are you trying to elevate yourself because you're afraid you're about to lose re-election?
No, I'm not going to lose re-election. You spent $42 million last cycle. You didn't do that great.
Why aren't you running for governor right now?
Because I actually enjoy this job, and I'm here to do it. And by the way, you could actually pass.
You enjoy being a lackey for Donald Trump
now to ensure that people don't have health care premiums going up. Why won't you support this one-year bill?
Let me ask you a question.
Tom Swazi's on it. Jared Golden.
Let me ask you a question.
Marie Gluesenkamp-Perez.
Let me ask you a question.
Are they wrong?
Your other boss.
Are they wrong?
Your other boss, Mike Johnson. I challenged him to a debate.
Yeah.
On the floor. Did he send you?
No, I'm here on my behalf of my constituents because you shut the government down. And my constituents are suffering as a result of your ridiculous ploy because you're so afraid of Zohran Mandami. By the way, when are you endorsing him?
By the way,
do you endorse him for mayor?
First of all, are
you going to endorse him for mayor?
Listen, you're a complete and total embarrassment right now.
Why is that? Because you don't want to answer the question?
Is this supposed to be a video for your failed re-election? Is that what's going on right now? You don't want to answer the
question? Do you support Zohran? By the way, did you see his statement yesterday?
Listen.
An embarrassment on October 7th blaming the Jews? You support that? Should he be the Democratic nominee for mayor?
First of all, I don't answer to you. You don't even answer to yourself.
Should he be the Democratic nominee for mayor?
I'll answer whatever questions I need to answer about the mayor's race.
So you think his statement yesterday was okay?
First of all,
that's sad.
First of all,
it's unfortunate.
Don't come with this phony.
These are bills.
No.
These are bills. They're not phony.
It's not a bill that Republicans are even prepared to bring to the floor.
There's 11 Republicans on it. There's 4 Democrats. It's a bipartisan bill to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies. If you believe in it so
do you understand
much,
math?
why won't you sign on to it?
Do you understand math?
You could get your whole conference to sign on today.
There are 220.
Your whole conference could sign on to this.
There are 220 Republicans
right
in the House right now.
You have 215
you come to a bill
Democrats.
With 11?
You have 215 Democrats. Right? Well, how many votes does it take in the House? 218.
Are you mathematically challenged, bro?
No, I think you are. You have 215 Democrats. You could all sign on to this today with 11 Republicans.
Do me a favor. I've indulged you. I've given you your 15 minutes of fame.
You haven't answered any of the questions.
You're a complete and total embarrassment.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing yourself in your district right now, and you're going down to defeat next year.
Good luck. Gentlemen.
Okay, so I'm gonna let Mia go first. Mia, what's your thoughts about that clip? Is this an embarrassment for America that they're wasting taxpayer dollars arguing over nonsense when they should be figuring out a way to reopen the government?
Absolutely. It's all clout chasing. Both of them are clout chasing. I don't care what anybody says. It's all clout chasing. It's all clickbait. They're there to get likes and views, like he said. The other dude that came towards Hakeem Jeffries is up for re-election. He has some good clips for his own social media platforms to utilize so he can get re-elected. It's all clout. They should be figuring out how to come together to open the country because we're day 9? People are legitimately already starving while working. We have 40% of the country is legitimately working poverty. It's not even paycheck to paycheck. It's below paycheck to paycheck. So it's to the point now where it's crunch time and they need to figure it out. They should not be arguing. It's a waste of time.
Kamal, you're apolitical. What did you think about watching that clip? If you were to vote left or right, would it have swayed your vote, or do you think it's a waste of time?
What do I think? Y'all done see me laughing over here? I'm cracking the fuck up. That was the most polite yelling match ever. With all due respect, you need to shut up. I'm like, nah, y'all need to do what the Mexican politicians doing. Throw them fucking hands at this point. Throw them hands. And I was laughing at you. You checking people in the chat. I'm seeing rubbing off on y'all. Yeah.
I know. Nothing bothers me more. And then when people bring up somebody's blackness, I've had so many people as being a mixed race person bring up my blackness and my mixed ancestry, and nothing pisses me off more. It's so rude to do to call somebody's blackness because you don't agree with them.
You was calling them out. You was getting at them at the chat. Yeah, I love that. I ain't the only one. And also, shout out to Cognitive reposting the show right now. Shout out to you, bro. But like I said, I just thought it was kind of comedy. I wish somebody would make them into a cartoon and have it where they're arguing like that. You feel me? So it'd be even more comedy because they were arguing about nothing really. It was a bunch of nonsense. You feel me? But at the end of the day, yeah, I gotta agree with Mia. This is clout chasing. Is everybody a fucking grifter at this point?
Pretty much.
Good Lord. Everybody grifting. Damn.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, it looks like lots of grifting. The government's still shut down. But while the government shut down, we have lots of material to laugh at. In particular, something that everyone's been crashing out about, Katie Porter. Great. Katie Porter was supposed to be the great white female future for California. She was supposed to replace Gavin Newsom. She was polling 7 points ahead before the truth about her came out. Let's watch the true Katie Porter. First, we're going to start with the clip where she was interviewed and she crashed out. Let me play that.
California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump.
How would I need them in order to win, man?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. So you don't
I
think
feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
Well, to those voters. Okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
A California
Bitch don't want to be questioned.
snapped at a CBS News reporter.
That's who they need in
and tried to storm
California.
out of an interview
That's
after
so
being asked a
weird.
simple
That's
question about President Trump.
follow-up questions are
Ex-California
normal.
Representative Katie Porter was recorded trying
She don't want to be questioned.
on the sit-down interview with CBS News Sacramento.
I thought marijuana was legal in California. Why is she not taking an edible and enjoying her life?
Porter flipping out when reporter Julie Watts asked how she planned to win Republican votes as she tries to replace Governor Gavin Newsom in 2026. Following a brief back and forth where a testy Porter insisted she could build support and would seek every vote possible, the Democrats suddenly cracked. Porter seethed at what she described as argumentative follow-up questions before trying to cut it off. "I don't want this all on camera," she later added. After the footage started spreading on social media, Porter's campaign said the interview, which was recorded last month, continued for an additional 20 minutes. It wasn't immediately clear if or when it was set to air in full. Porter, who launched her gubernatorial campaign in March, has previously been hit with claims she bullied staffers. Her ex-husband, Matthew Hoffman, also alleged in their divorce proceedings that she frequently abused him verbally and threw toys, books, and other objects at him.
I believe it, dude. Have you guys seen her?
Scalding hot
I'm
mashed
away.
potatoes on
This
his
is the
head
best
during
part.
a fight. Prior to
No
her
way.
conclusion
She's
at
a
That's
real
some
winner.
Porter
potatoes.
been the clear frontrunner in the California governor's race, with a 7-point lead over her rivals, according to the latest Real Clear Politics aggregate. Her Democratic primary foes quickly pounced on the meltdown. This is a pattern for Katie Porter. No candidate for governor should hide from the press or mistreat them. We owe it to the public to be transparent, State Superintendent Tony Thurmond jabbed. If she can't answer basic questions from a reporter, how can Californians expect her to stand up to President Trump?
Man, her own people even going at her. Gray, would you still vote for her if it came down to it? You're in California. This is your front runner. Are you giving her your vote?
That clip didn't sell me on her. I don't know much about her, but she definitely needs some media training. I don't know who her campaign manager is, but she probably should have been on softball interviews. I think the worst thing for a politician is to get overtly emotional and then people share that clip over and over and over again in a social media age. So I think her campaign is probably done. Whoever's behind her probably is going to get some traction.
Enzo, does this further support the party of acceptance, kindness, understanding, or is she just a poor representation of that nice, sweet party?
Oh, she's 100% a representation of pretty. I mean, you're going from Beavis running California to the lunch lady, and all I was watching that video, all I got was the "it's ma'am" energy. That's what I was getting from that. So she would definitely play into that, and I mean that's what the Democrats want. They want somebody, one of their own, who's not going to answer any questions, any tough questions. They have to have the snowball teed up questions. I mean, we saw it for 4 years. Joe Biden never took any interviews where he was asked hard questions. One of the favorite questions I ever heard was, "Mr. President, what kind of ice cream do you like?" That was the hardest question he ever had to ask. Let's be honest, and this is coming from the Democrats. So I mean, this California, you got some questions to answer after what I looked into today about some whole Medicare fraud that they're stealing from the government. They gonna be looking into that too. So Gavin Newsom, you got some answers. You need to give us answers on that. They're all types of fucked up over there.
Yeah, it gets worse though. I didn't even play the best clip. Well, the worst. I don't. Best worst.
God.
You asked.
The best of the worst.
The best.
I'm scared.
So, this clip is from a year ago. I guess they hid it. It finally got leaked after that interview. I guess somebody said, you know what? The truth is out there. She's a bitch. Let me play it.
That number 2?
I am.
All right. $632, which is how much you save in fuel and maintenance costs when you replace your traditional car with an EV, with an electric vehicle. So I lease a Chevy Bolt. It is the best car that I have ever owned. I just plug it into the garage, 3-hole prong plug, and I never have to go to the gas station.
That's awesome. And $632 is real money. And I know here at UCI, we have a National Fuel Center Research Center, and they're also doing work on how to make electric vehicles affordable, including for low and moderate income people, working moms, single moms like me, people who really could benefit from an extra $632 in their pocket. And it's also not just the individual savings, but it's also the total savings for our economy. So I'm on the oversight committee, you might know, and that is where we did a study recently this fall in September. And what it showed is if we don't electrify our transportation sector, that we're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems. And the state could lose. Get out of my fucking shot. I wanted to say that's actually it's not that it's electric. If we don't need to Paris Climate Accord. Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot. Okay, I'm going to start again with electric vehicles saving us money.
Perfect.
Okay.
Get out of her effing shot. Is this the greatest and the brightest that the Democratic Party has to offer? I mean, literally, I'm not being funny. She was the front runner. This was who was anticipated to take Gavin Newsom's place.
Was that her daughter?
No, it was a staffer.
Not the COVID mask in the house.
You talking to me?
No, Mia. Where's she was Mia.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even hear your question. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about how I heard this lady just cuss someone out for no reason.
I know.
What was the question?
The question is, what do you think about Katie Porter? Do you still think she has a shot because of this video that came out?
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I actually know of Katie Porter through a lot of the work that she's done. And, it doesn't surprise me that she is a bitch, that she is cussing people out. I mean, it doesn't surprise me at all if you guys have ever seen her in any of those C-SPAN Senate committee. I mean, she's she's a bulldog when it comes to stuff. And the unfortunate thing is, if you look at any of her stuff, she does know what she's talking about. When it comes to big banking, she does do a lot of work. She actually knows what she's talking about when she's trying to defend big banks and she's in those committee meetings, calling all of these CEOs to sit in front and answer to why a bank teller can't afford to live, why they're paying slave wages. She does confront these people. I still think she'll be a front runner. I mean, they've had Gavin Newsom for almost 10 years now, and he's crazy. So, I mean, I feel like they don't care. I still think they'll probably elect her regardless if she's a bitch or not.
And before Kamal goes, update on the poll. Is Trump getting revenge by indicting Letitia James and calling for arrest? Getty, that's what do you guys think is the majority at this point?
Probably yes.
Yeah, 60% yes, 40% no. So, Kamal, are you shocked by any of this? Do you think that, well, you are a Californian, should have had you lead. What do you think about her? Would she have gotten your vote as a Californian?
I'm gonna be dead ass honest with y'all. This is the first time me ever hearing of this lady, and I live in California. All I hear is still about Gavin Newsom. God damn. Hey, the jokes are writing themselves. Mia said she's a bulldog. That's an understatement. God damn. Docking their foreskin on the forehead. Oh my God, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. She might be the front runner right now in California, but man, Californians is shallow, man. She too ugly to run California. I'm sorry to tell y'all. She
Look
too
like the lunch lady.
The lunch lady, it don't matter, man.
No. What was the teacher from Recess? That's what she looked like.
The teacher from I know you talk about.
You know, the yellow dress one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, her.
Yellow. Which one? The TV show?
The Recess, the TV show, yeah. The cartoon. The teacher, the main teacher with the little snitch, he would always go to her.
Yeah.
That's who she looked like to me.
I'm trying to find her. Who are you talking about? The lady with the yellow dress?
Yeah.
The yellow dress. It had like it had to have like flowers on it or something.
Y'all, she don't look like that. I'm gonna share the screen. Like y'all trying.
No, that's what she looked like to me. I don't know why.
Forehead area. You feel me?
That's what she looked like. I don't know why. That's what she looked like to me.
No.
Chat, does she look like this lady? Let me know, chat. Are they being petty?
Let us know we being petty or not.
Kamal, you definitely are rubbing off on us.
Yeah. Yo, she used to abuse her husband. He said verbally, but I think she was whooping his ass. I told you, stay the fuck out my shot. I'm like, God damn. Okay.
Shane said it's accurate.
Hello, Shane.
I'll say this much. She might not win in California, but if she talk like that and go to New York, she might have a chance. They'll love that shit. She like, hey, you motherfuckers, man, vote for me and stay out my fucking shot. I'm like, damn.
Get out my shot.
Wow. KD.
Like
man,
but so can I.
Nora.
What?
The clip that you played said she threw buttered hot potatoes on her husband. So she is physically abusive, right? That's what's part of it. There we go.
Yeah. Damn.
I couldn't imagine wasting food.
She's a single mother. Bitch, that's why you single. You beat up your poor husband.
We laughing at abuse. We ain't shit. Oh my goodness.
This is the state of politics, bro.
I mean, there's jokes too about MTG. We'll talk about her another night. What
she's a nut.
MTG. You know,
I'll make fun of her with you guys.
She cheated on her husband with her business owner.
Who, Marjorie Taylor Greene? For real?
Her trainer. Yeah.
What?
That is so cliche.
And they were supposedly swingers too.
That I do believe. That I believe. If you guys hang out with middle income white people, it is so common and frequent. It's weird. It feels like a niche thing, but it's not.
It's so common.
It's so weird, bro.
Yes. And I heard in DC that's what
me growing up was weird.
Anyways, but okay, guys. We had our laughs. Now it's time to get serious. Now it's time for Gray to be in the hot seat. Should Trump arrest Governor Pritzker and Mayor Johnson? Okay, this is part 2 to what I was trying to accomplish Monday night. We're going to have a little education tonight, okay? So we're going to play some clips, and we're going to get Gray's reaction. He's in the hot seat. This is a conservative reporter that was assaulted in Portland. Let's watch the clip.
Here and we're live, right? We got it. Okay. So now you're gonna get assaulted. You're gonna be pushed. You're gonna be. Don't do that. Where'd it go? I don't know, man. I got.
Someone in the comments just said world star.
I know. I had to. Hey, I've been neutral. I had to pick this up because I got. Yes, I have. I had to pick this up because I got dropped. Yes, I did. I got as much as I could. I didn't see it, and I was asking people what happened. I almost had somebody hold the camera until I saw there's medics there to help him. Hey, there's an ambulance coming in. Get out of the middle of the street.
So this is the chaos at the protests. People say there's no violence. It's peaceful. This is what's going on in Portland. Trump hasn't sent the troops there yet, but troops are on their way to Chicago. However, breaking news, they just announced that the judge just put a temporary stop to that. I don't know if they're going to fight it or what's going to happen, but that's the latest. Gray, based on that clip you saw, do you think the protests are peaceful or violent from what you're seeing?
That guy was the instigator. He was over there in their tent. It looked like he was leaning on somebody. I mean, like, he was the problem in that situation. That's what it looked like to me. Why is he bothering those people? Like, why was he doing that?
Okay. Okay.
Come on, Gray.
Oh man, I'm gonna play.
That guy's definitely the problem.
Listen, I'm
Come
gonna
on,
give
Gray.
one more chance. Just one more chance for Gray to tell us if it's violent or not. Because we need to redefine what's violent then to Gray. Let's watch this.
Judy, the judge in this case basically said that neither Miramar Martinez nor Anthony Reese pose a flight risk, and so she has ordered them freed pending their trial. Now, their cases have been jointed together in the same legal complaint, even though both were driving separate vehicles on the day in question, and according to their friends and family, they do not know each other. In court today, prosecutors described Miramar Martinez and Anthony Reese's actions as extremely dangerous and extremely reckless, saying the two had been following the Border Patrol agent's vehicle for 20 to 30 minutes before the alleged ramming took place Saturday morning, adding that the defendants weren't in the wrong place at the wrong time. The complaint, filed in court, alleges that on October 4th, 3 Border Patrol officers acting as security detail were driving a silver Chevy Tahoe in Oak Lawn when they were aggressively pursued by what is described as a convoy of civilian vehicles. That convoy, alleges the complaint, was attempting to box them in when they were struck, first by Martinez, then moments later by Ruiz, near 39th Place in Kedzie. Martinez was shot 5 times by agents, then arrested at a repair shop a mile away, while Reese was arrested at a gas station nearby. The criminal complaint, including photos of the CBP-driven vehicle, along with photos of both Martinez's and Reese's vehicles, with damage they say is consistent with the ramming. Now, in court today, defense attorneys for both Martinez and Reese disputed the government's version of events, but since this was a detention hearing, they mostly limited themselves to arguing why their respective clients should be released, with Martinez's attorney saying that she is still recovering from the injuries from those 5 gunshot wounds and needs immediate medical attention.
Man, she like 50 Cent. She's almost 50
For
Cent,
real.
man. 5
Almost.
times. She's
5
come 5 times.
5 times.
Man.
Well,
You gonna drop an
man.
album?
She needs to drop an album.
Who's at fault here? The feds or these people? Like, do you agree with them ramming their cars into the feds?
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And that's on both sides. First off,
Oh my God.
no, I'm about to explain, because this is what you guys are trying to push. So basically what the right wants to say is, all this left-wing violence is happening. Why is it happening? Because people don't agree with the government. This has happened across centuries, across time, in so many places. When the government is doing something that the public doesn't agree with, if they don't feel like it can be changed through legislation, you're going to see people change it through acts of violence. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Oh man. Okay. Well.
Okay. So, all right. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna dissect this for a second. Okay, this is crazy. Okay, so because we have American citizens that are doing their jobs, acting within the accordance of their jobs. These American citizens are not committing any crimes. They're legitimately doing their jobs. And they are being harassed, stalked, and followed by another group of questionable citizens with ill intent. They get boxed in and their vehicle gets rammed. I feel like that's a little excessive. Honestly, I hope these officers shoot to kill. Shoot to kill, put them down like dogs. You fuck around and find out, put them down like dogs. I'm sorry, but that's crazy. There's one thing to be upset at your government. There's one thing to not like it. And there's one thing to stand outside of like a federal building and protest. It is another thing to legitimately try to murder another American citizen because you're upset about legislation.
Mia,
Like, this is a legislation crazy.
Remember when we were at war with Iraq and even Vietnam? People in uniforms were called baby killers. If someone unalived a soldier in a uniform, would you support that, Gray? Because at one point you served in Iraq and people were saying you guys were unaliving babies over there. So is that justified in your mind if someone sees a soldier and they attack them? I mean, you're taking orders. According to heaven, they're illegal orders. So does that justify? I just want to know.
First off, to correct you, I never said anything was justified. I could have sworn I said play stupid games, win stupid prizes. First, I'll address what Mia said. Mia's saying that government employees are being attacked, so go kill civilians. Sure, go do that. But civilians are civilians. And not only that, they have a disguise. You don't know who they are. So if you do this to the public, there's way more population than government employees. So you're going to cause more chaos and only more violence is going to happen.
Maybe they'll think twice about taking a vehicle, which is considered a deadly weapon, according to that police chief, and trying to unalive somebody. I'm sorry, put these people down like dogs, bro. I mean, it is what it is. You mess around and you get bad prizes. Put them down like dogs because it'll set the precedent that if you want to come at us with the ill intent to murder us, to block us in, and do God knows what kind of stuff.
That's why
put them down.
That clip, Mia, I didn't feel bad for that reverend, and we'll play that clip later because why is you going to an ICE facility? But we'll get there. I'm gonna play this clip.
I didn't respond to what you said. You said, would I agree what someone would do to someone in uniform? I signed a contract, and I said I'm going to do this regardless of what I agree with. I follow orders whether I agree with it or not. This is a civilian population where the police are supposed to protect civilians, but we're saying, hey, kill civilians. I thought that the police were supposed to de-escalate situations and protect the local population. They took an oath, like a doctor took an oath. Our lives don't matter. Our job is to make sure the government functions and that the population survives. That's what we signed up for. That's what we do.
And that's what President Trump is trying to do. He needs to get the country back in law and order. People can't go and target federal agents and prevent them from doing their job. He has a duty as the president to make sure it's safe for them to do their job. Whether you agree with the orders or not, that they are going to work just like every other American. They're just doing their job. So anybody doesn't have a right to attack them and to spit in their face, yell at them. That's not their job. That's a judge's job to prevent them, not them. These fools, these idiots, these terrorists, because you're a domestic terrorist at this point. If you're spitting in any federal worker's face, if you're blocking them, if you're preventing justice from happening. The reality is Joe Biden put us in this mess and President Trump is cleaning it up. Sorry, y'all don't like it. Sorry, you should have been mad at Joe Biden for leaving the goddamn border open for 4 fucking years. We don't know who came through that border. Terrorists done came through, killers done came through. I can play all the clips about the amount of people that's unalive American women. Okay, so no, we are fired up. We aren't justifying it. And I don't give a damn what happens to these people. Don't be showing them to no goddamn ICE facility and targeting federal workers. If you do, fuck around, find out. I don't care what happens to you. Be glad as rubber bullets.
First off, you have the right to protest in this country. So for you to call anybody domestic terrorist for acting their constitutional right, I don't know why anyone would say that. Secondarily, like you're talking about people who are acting on their constitutional right. Everyone isn't doing this. We have a court of law where you break a law, you have the right to due process, you go to court and you face your consequences. This is not a third world country We don't do just random executions in the middle of the street. This is America.
Okay, well, let me play this clip, and then I'm gonna get Enzo and Kamal in here.
Yeah.
This is what they're saying on the media, on the left, to do on TikTok. Let me play it.
This video is going to be taken down, and I'm probably going to be put on a watch list for saying what I'm about to say, so I need you to listen very carefully to the words that are about to come out of my mouth and to share those words with your community. This ICE shit has gone too far. The way that we have been protesting, the way that they taught us to protest peacefully by showing our numbers in the streets is simply not enough. Now, I'm not a violent man, and I would never advocate for violence. But what I'm advocating for in this moment, this pivotal moment, is disruption. We need as many left-leaning people as possible to join ICE and dismantle it from the inside. We need left-leaning people tweeting out the locations, times, and dates for ICE raids, destroying infrastructure that they rely on, opening back doors for hackers to come in and take down their systems. Because right now, this shit is approaching a point of no return. They are an occupying military force that is unconstitutional. They do not represent Americans or American values. And it might just be immigrants on the chopping block right now, but soon, very, very soon, it's going to be you. I'm not kidding. Do it now while you still can, because pretty soon, if they haven't already, they're going to find every American who has spoken out about what's happened in Palestine, who has spoken out about the rise of fascism, who has spoken out against Donald Trump, and they're going to put them on a list. They're going to label them as a terrorist, and they're going to put them on a list. And then they're going to put them in a van. And then they're going to put them in a camp.
And so he's basically telling somebody to go do treason. Go sign up, go sabotage, do treason. I mean, am I wrong for interpreting this? Because I know the chat's going to say I'm being hateful for interpreting it like that.
So, bro needs to be thrown in jail. Because there are sick individuals out there that will do exactly what he said to do. That is harming law enforcement officers. That is harming American citizens. You're literally calling for a dismantle from within because you don't agree with the laws that are on the books. You have every single right to protest. You have every single right to question the government. But to call for something like that that is going to hurt American citizens at the end of the day is absolutely ridiculous. And this is where I get pissed off with the left, because they play into people's emotions. They say things like Nazis. They say things like kidnapping. They say things like fascism, like as their buzzwords, and it gets people all riled up. They're like, oh my God, we have a dictator. We need to take down the Trump administration because we don't agree with what's going on about illegal immigrants. They're illegal immigrants. They came here illegally. They broke a law. Just like how if you broke a law, you would be investigated, you would be picked up, you'd be thrown in jail. It's crazy to me, and I said it on my live earlier, how far left we went. That people are calling for violence now against law enforcement officers, but in the same breath, they talk about January 6th like it was the worst thing that's ever happened. I thought peaceful protest was completely fine, and burning down cities is completely fine, and attacking law enforcement officers is completely fine. I thought that was completely fine, guys, because, I mean, let's just talk about, like, you can bring up Black Lives Matter, right, and all of that. Not the movement itself, but the actions that happened. There was 18,000 arrests, 60, or what was it? I think it was like 6,000 law enforcement officers that were injured, but nobody talks about that. Everybody talks about the day in question as the worst thing that's ever happened to this country against law enforcement officers. When it comes to Portland and everything that's going on there, nobody really knows what's going on in the ground there because, and ironic that there's no legacy media on the ground over there. And the only people that are over there are investigative journalists who are pretty much reporting all of this, and right-wing news. So they're going to say it's all propaganda. I think it's honestly hilarious that the left is not actually covering what's going on over there and saying nothing's happening. But this is the same group that's claiming Donald Trump is fascist, but you're not really showing what's going on because it won't fit your narrative. I'm pretty sure that's one of the pillars of fascism, censoring the media so your narrative doesn't get out, and then you're protecting extremists too. What
I mean,
is
look
it,
at
guys?
this is the dumb shit they say. And so, are
Oh
we
my
gonna
god,
talk
this guy's a fucking clown. He literally says the dumbest shit every time I speak. Like Eric, this is what you should do, bro. When I get off live, when I get off here, come to my panel on TikTok and talk your shit. I would love to pick your fucking mind, dude, instead of you being in a keyboard warrior in the comment section. I don't even read half the shit you say because how stupid it is. Like, bro, come to my panel on TikTok. I will send you it in the comment section. Get up there and talk your shit, bro.
Anyway, go ahead, Mia, because then after that, I'm gonna play a clip for Kamal for Don Lemon, Zesty Lemon.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, everybody's always like, we have the right to protest. We have the right to protest. We absolutely do. I'm going to quote this straight out of the Constitution, babe. Congress shall make no law abridging the right of the people to peaceably, I'll say it louder for the back, so in case y'all didn't hear me the first time, peaceably assemble. Peaceably assemble. You know what peaceably means? Peaceably means to be in peace. Not to run people over. That is not protected by the First Amendment. The second you cross the line from being peace into being crazy or violent or committing crime, assault, and so on and so forth, that is no longer protected by the First Amendment. But for people in the back, because they're dumb, assembly. Let's go over what assembly means. Assembly is a noun. It means the act of assembling, the state of being assembled, or a group of persons gathered together for a common cause as such as legislative, religion, educational, or purpose. So as long as you are doing it peacefully and you're in a group, you're fine. Nowhere does it say to get in your car with your vatos and step on the gas and have your other vato in the back, step on the gas and corner federal agents and ram your vehicle as a way to murder somebody. That is not covered by the First Amendment Constitution. Nothing about that says peaceably. I'm just throwing it out there. We can continue on.
Well, the other argument is people are saying, nobody wants them there. People don't want the troops in the city. Kamal, this clip is for you. This is Don Lemon interviewing someone, and this is what he had to say.
About the ICE raids.
The who?
ICE raids.
Like
immigration.
I feel good about them.
Yeah, you want them? You want to crack down?
More, yes.
You do?
Yes, been wanting it for years, all my life.
And what about them like roughing people up?
Nah, that shit crazy. Don't put your hands on nobody. That's crazy. Don't hurt nobody. Do it the legal way.
But that's what they're doing, though.
That shit ugly. Then no, I don't feel great about that. I mean, don't hurt nobody. At the same time, get them out of here. Get them all out of here. Please and thank you. Trump 4 more years for that.
Did you
just for that? Did
you vote for him?
No, hell no. I can't vote. I lost my voting rights when I was 22 years old. I apologize.
You went away?
Yeah, for assault and battery.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you said 4 more years for Trump?
Just because I want him to concentrate on nothing but immigration and getting them out of here. Just for that.
You don't think they contribute to the economy at all?
Of course they do. Of course they have. At the same time, think about the people who wasn't able to contribute because the immigrants was there. You know what I'm saying? The people who live here and who was born here, was raised here, who has the same skill set that they have, but wasn't able to do their job because they were there illegally to do it. Yeah. Now the people who's here legally, like me, I guess you, him, can't do that job because them people who are illegal are doing it, which is not cool for us.
But they're having trouble filling jobs. They can't find people to fill jobs. Shit, they're getting rid of so many people.
Okay, what kind of jobs are they?
All over in the service industry and farming.
Because it's like everybody got to reset. They're gonna reset themselves. That's all they gotta do. Reset themselves.
The farmers are complaining about it, that they want Trump to ease up a little bit because they thought they were just going to do the violent people. They need undocumented immigrants in order to get food to your table.
It's not true, bro. It's not true.
No, that is true.
That's not true, bro. That's not
you don't want to get facts.
There ain't no American born and raised here that won't do the job. They crazy as hell. I know lots of them in my projects. Trust and believe me.
Why aren't they doing it then?
Because they don't have the opportunity because it's not there. They ain't going down there just to get
There are
rejected.
people who can't keep their restaurants open because they're getting rid of their undocumented workers, and they're trying to get workers here that are American born, and they're not taking the jobs. They don't want those jobs.
Oh, they don't want them jobs. Okay, I don't know nothing about that, man. All I know is that I'll get a job. I'll take the job. I do like 15, like the Jamaicans. I have 15 different jobs.
Like the
I'll do one of theirs.
Hold on, Kamal. Before you respond, Nora, how you gonna send me that clip? Have me play it on Monday, then you play it.
Oh, you played it?
Yeah, I've been playing that clip on Monday.
Oh, well,
That
Kamal
was
wanted
yeah.
Kamal requested it, so there you go.
Damn, I get thrown under the bus for sure. Hey, y'all in the chat, man, y'all jumping today, man. Mark Arnold, you must be a fucking Democratic shield, bro. And I'm apolitical, man. I see what you're saying, bro. People don't want them jobs for the pay that they trying to pay. That's what it is. Y'all keep out here, they don't want the job. No, they don't want fucking jobs for $4.50. No, pay people a livable wage and people will do them jobs. Y'all love them to leave that out. God damn. And hey, today funny to me, man. Don Lemon out there, he asking, he trying to get his clout up. You feel me? He on the streets of New York, you know, got the white dude told him shut the F up. He a puss, and he out there asking dumbass questions. You feel me? I'm just at a point where man, I just want these politicians to start throwing hands. All the old media people, man, you got to fight for your right to be on YouTube. Don Lemon, you was working with the machine. Now you trying to come over on YouTube and do this weird ass, let me talk to people on the streets type of shit, bro. The shit, you're a grifter, bro. You know better than Myron Gaines. You know what I mean? Y'all all grifting, bro. Y'all all grifting. Black jobs, Jaron, that's funny as hell. You feel me? But like I said, pay people livable wages. People do them jobs. You feel me? People just ain't trying to do jobs for dirt cheap, man. God damn. And hey, Eric, bro, you gotta go to Enzo live, bro. You calling them idiot and shit, man. Go to his live. Hey, debate him.
Yeah, and he told me to get out the
I'm not
country.
debating the comments.
You're from. Like, he's a hater, bro. I'm sorry.
Go to his live. Hey, I will say this. You feel me? I am apolitical, but I'm gonna be on the Democrat side today because Gray, you getting kind of beat up on the panel. But the chats, bro, you jumping in the chat.
I'm winning. I feel like I'm winning.
Bro, Eric, we see you in the comments, bro. I'm not talking to the comment section. I'm not talking to Section 8 in the comment section. Come to my live, bro. Get up on the
8.
panel. Let's have a conversation. That's what I call it in my live all the time, like as a joke.
Oh, he's about to lose his Section 8. All right. This is Trump saying that if y'all don't settle down, he about to invoke the Insurrection Act. Let's see.
Weekend. What? The Insurrection Act, under what conditions or terms would you? Well, I'd do it if it was necessary. So far, it hasn't been necessary, but we have an Insurrection Act for a reason. If I had to enact it, I'd do that. If people were being killed and courts were holding us up, or governors or mayors were holding us up, sure, I'd do that. I mean, I want to make sure that people aren't killed. We have to make sure that our cities are safe.
So great. Hearing Trump say that, does it make you nervous?
Yeah, and I'm gonna pull something out of the Republican playbook. I heard he going to his physical, and it's not like they're gonna do the full physical. So I'm worried about is he having dementia? So hey, I'm gonna pull out the Republican playbook. What's going on with Trump's head? I don't know.
Oh my God. Okay, well, we're gonna do a little history lesson for the next clip. This is a president that did send troops when people were unruly, and let's replay some history.
4th, 1957, President Dwight D. Eisenhower flew from Rhode Island to Washington, D.C. to address the nation about violent resistance to 9 African-American students attempting to integrate Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas. This is the president's 13-minute address where he announced he was sending federal troops to ensure the student safety.
From the President's office in the White House in Washington, D.C., we present a special address by the President of the United States, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Mr. Eisenhower discusses the integration problem at Little Rock, Arkansas. Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Good evening, my fellow citizens. For a few minutes this evening, I should like to speak to you about the serious situation that has arisen in Little Rock. To make this talk, I have come to the President's office in the White House. I could have spoken from Rhode Island, where I have been staying recently. But I felt that, in speaking from the house of Lincoln, of Jackson, and of Wilson, my words would better convey both the sadness I feel in the action I was compelled today to make, and the firmness with which I intend to pursue this course until the orders of the federal court at Little Rock can be executed without unlawful interference. In that city, under the leadership of demagogic extremists, disorderly mobs have deliberately prevented the carrying out of proper orders from a federal court. Local authorities have not eliminated that violent opposition. And under the law, I yesterday issued a proclamation calling upon the mob to disperse. This morning, the mob again gathered in front of the Central High School of Little Rock, obviously for the purpose of again preventing the carrying out of the court's order relating to the admission of Negro children to that school. Whenever normal agencies prove inadequate to the task, and it becomes necessary for the executive branch of the federal government to use its powers and authority to uphold federal courts, the President's responsibility is inescapable. In accordance with that responsibility, I have today issued an executive order directing the use of troops under federal authority to aid in the execution of federal law at Little Rock.
Hold on. Hey,
So,
do me a favor. Can y'all pull up Mark Arnold's comment? It said,
who's Arnold?
Mark Arnold. It start with the 10 hours. Pull up that comment. Not that one. The other
I
one.
don't know which one.
Before it says 10 hours. It start out.
I don't
with that.
see it.
There it goes, right there. You just had it. See, this is a lesson for not only the chat but also us on the panel. Sometimes you don't even gotta debate people. They just debunk their own self. He was in the damn chat talking about who's going to do these jobs, blah blah blah, and I was like, "We'll pay people a higher rate, a wage. People will do the jobs." Look what he's saying. 10 hours, low-paying, dangerous jobs. Why? What young American raises kid or young adult would do that? Answer, none. Yes, motherfucker, I just said that. Because y'all paying a low wage. Nobody's doing it for a low wage. See, debunks his own damn self, bro. These people would debunk themselves. Like, come on, bro, let's think, man. God damn.
Well, anyways, going back to present day, what's going on? Or going back to the clip I played. Mia, it was okay when it was for a little girl going to school, federal workers. I mean, federal troops were deployed then because it was a liberal agenda. At the time, that was considered liberal. Now, desegregation was key to the fabric of America. Let me be clear. I'm not saying it's a liberal thing, but at the time, it was a liberal thing. Now, these federal workers are taking orders to deport people that are here illegally. Whether you agree with the process that they were picked up or not, they are being told and taking orders what to do. And it's a problem. So now that we hear that in history this has been done, what do you think?
I mean, I understand the need for the National Guard, and a lot of it stems from the fact that I think a lot of people that are protesting this are misguided. So the more you protest, the more violent you are, is going to beget more violence. Violence begets violence. If people legitimately just shut the fuck up, stayed home, and minded their business like Black people are doing, the National Guard would have no reason to be anywhere. You know why? Because there's no threats. The problem is, the more you fight, the more you're giving him a reason to utilize the Insurrection Act. You're getting the video out there. You're getting the clickbait. You're getting all of that stuff. And he's going to use that as a reason for the Insurrection Act. It's stupid. Legitimately, if everybody stopped, took a step back, there would be no reason, and he wouldn't have a lawful reason to use the Insurrection Act. But the more violent people are, the more crazy they are, the more evidence will be presented to a federal judge, and the federal judge will allow it because they will say these people are dangerous. So it honestly is defeating the purpose.
Yeah, it is defeating the purpose. And this is Pritzker saying he doesn't want anyone being picked up. Here we go.
Final question to the people here of the state of Illinois, the people of the city of Chicago. As this incursion by the federal government, these troops are on the streets of your state, of this city. What do you want them to do? There's a big protest scheduled for 5:30 p.m. tonight.
Well, first, we've made sure that people know their rights and they know how to find out what their rights are, because we don't want them picked up off the streets just because they're brown or black, just because they happen to be undocumented and have committed no crimes. Remember, he said he was going after the worst of the worst. It's not going after the worst of the worst when you're just literally stopping children who happen to be brown and asking them for papers as if, you know, they're going to have proof that they're a U.S. citizen. So first, know your rights. Second, we want everybody to pull out their phones, an Android, an iPhone, whatever you've got, and film everything you see, because we take that to court. We also show it to the public. And it's one of the reasons that so many people are speaking up and acting up in order to fight Donald Trump, because they're seeing this is not the country that we grew up in. This is not the country that we want. And so that's very important. And then lastly, again, we got to take them to court. We got to win. It looks like we're going to do that.
For someone who has been threatened with arrest by the president of the United States in the last 24 hours, it's nice to see you out here on the street with all these people, and I'm grateful for your time.
Appreciate you,
want to talk to you. Okay,
good to
thank
see
you. Governor.
So Enzo, he pretty much says he's not going to allow it. He doesn't support it. He says that they're innocent, illegal people. I don't know. I mean, how many times do we hear stories that people were deported when they came in here illegally, committed a crime, unalived someone, raped someone, killed someone, did something, and snuck back in after they were deported? I mean, what do you think?
The whole thing is this: how can you wholeheartedly say and be in power and say they're innocent, illegal people? They committed a crime. They're a criminal at the end of the day. It's a federal crime that you're committing by coming to this country illegally. Regardless if because I've seen it a couple times in the chat, it's a civil offense, it's a fine, it's the same as jaywalking. Who gives a shit? It's still a crime. You know what also is a civil offense? Simple assault in 40 other states. We can't just go walk around bitch slap people. Why should you be able to walk in this country illegally? Why? Without vetting these people. How do we know that all of them are not criminals? This is who you guys are voting for. For people to protect illegal migrants over American citizens. I will never forget my first podcast on the New Party when we sat there and watched Donald Trump's joint session of Congress, and I watched every single Democrat sit down when they were going over all the victims that were affected from illegal migrants that were in the crowd there. Lakin and Jocelyn. Democrats sat down and held up their signs. We didn't vote for this. We don't approve of this. Those are American citizens that were unalive because of your mishaps, because of your mistakes. This is who you guys let in the country. And if you don't want military in your streets, like Mia said it best, stop acting the way that you're acting, because it's going to go to that. You're going to put up a fight. All he's got to do is invoke the Insurrection Act. Everything is constitutional under that. There's no court that's going to deny that. You could try. You're going to have military in the streets for as long as Donald Trump wants it. So by all means, keep effing around and you're going to find out. Like we all keep saying, we're in the find out phase of the FAFO. So.
Yeah. So this clip of Brandon Johnson, I'm going to play it for Gray. He says that Donald Trump is destroying America. Let's see.
If he was serious about safety, he would not have defunded a program of $800 million that was geared towards violence prevention. He cut the ATF budget by 30%. He has defunded our education system. He has defunded our transportation system. He is firing black women across this country. He's defunding our healthcare system. This president is absolutely out of control, and it's incumbent upon all of us, if there was ever a time for working people to unite in this country. Now is that time. And the city of Chicago is going to stand firm in protecting humanity and protecting and defending our democracy.
All right.
So, Gray, what do you think about all what he said as the Democrat on the panel? Do you agree that Trump is destroying America?
It's simple. What does your hat say? Is America great again?
I think it's getting greater by the day.
Getting greater by
There's
the day.
numerous things that I think Trump is doing. Trump has prevented us from going to World War III by what he accomplished yesterday. If Israel holds up their end of the bargain, if Hamas gives back the terrorists, he has negotiated. He's got a great deal. He's also prevented us from going to war with Iran, because had some people would have had it, we would have been sending troops over there this time this year. So yeah, I mean, it's greater for those reasons. And
The
many,
only
many
thing
more.
that I will agree with you on is that the 42% of people who said that they like Trump all said that Trump is doing exactly what he said he was going to do. So his main core supporters do agree with you. But when you talk about independents, Democrats, and you poll these people, people are not happy. And out of the last 2 decades, Republicans have been blamed for the shutdown every single time. So when you look at history, it's just that it doesn't look good for what the Republican Party is doing. I don't think Trump is doing a great job. Me personally, this isn't what I wanted. But I would say that most of the country agrees with me looking at Trump's approval number. So I would say that the mayor has a point.
I'll say this. I'm not fully happy with Trump. And I'm saying that with the hat on. But I'm a lot happier now with Trump than I was with Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden, I don't know who was running the country. I think his crackhead son was. Allegedly. That's what I heard. I heard he was the one going to the meetings. They say he was the one showing up, honey, that he was there. And y'all can.
He's in recovery.
Ex-crackhead.
Yeah, he in recovery.
They found the baggie of coke out. I don't know. Whose was it? I don't know. That's all I gotta say about that. I don't know. This is Pritzker's interview with MSNBC, and then I'm gonna have Kamal answer.
To ask you just first about this call to your fellow governors around the country. What are you asking them to do here to support you?
Well, let's start with we should stand as one against the idea that Donald Trump has the ability to call up our National Guard against our will. I want to remind you that just last year, Joe Biden tried to call up National Guard, federalize them, to take Air National Guard and move them into the Space Force. And all 50 governors signed onto a letter, including, I might add, Greg Abbott from Texas, saying that it was improper for the President of the United States to call on governors to either send their National Guard or to federalize the National Guard so that the president could use them however he wanted to. Now, this year, of course, Greg Abbott is a tool of Donald Trump. He's his lackey. And he is, in fact, doing exactly what Donald Trump wants and going against exactly what Greg Abbott said he would do last year. So this is a problem. The National Governors Association, under Governor Stitt from Oklahoma, who's chair, seems unwilling to stand with the rest of us governors, Governor Kotek, Governor Newsom, and others, to prevent Trump from taking our National Guard, federalizing them, and then using them either against us or against other states.
Today, you sued to try to get a federal judge to block that deployment. It seems like we're going to have what will amount to a substantive hearing on that matter on Thursday, but here it is Monday night. It seems like in the meantime, there is reporting that some 200 Texas National Guard members are expected to fly to Chicago on military aircraft tonight. I know this is a very short-term question, but what is your plan in the short term for this interim period where you may have federalized National Guard troops on the ground before the court has actually ruled?
Well, the judge did warn the federal lawyers that if, in fact, they brought those National Guard and put them on the streets, that would be a really bad idea because there may be a ruling against them in just a couple of days. And I might add that if they do deploy them to the streets, and then they are ruled against. I mean, how embarrassing to have to turn tail and run back to Texas 2 days after you've arrived in Chicago. So we'll see what they do. It would be improper for them to be deployed before there is a ruling, and we think that there will be a ruling on Thursday.
And there was a ruling, and they're ruling that they can't go. Kamal, did you see what the soldiers looked like that they sent from Texas?
Now, what did they look like?
They was chubby as hell. They was fat. They looked
For
like
real?
Santa Clauses.
For real, out of shape. The one dude.
Yeah, no, they were bad, bro.
Who was the dude that said he was like he didn't want no fat, out of shape beard mother effers?
Like stuff.
That boss, their boss.
I can tell you what.
He better whip him into shape. God damn. So he said. So they sending fat roly polies out there. That was happening.
So I sent in the chat. I was like, "Can the YNs handle this? Who do you think would win with them or the YNs?"
All the YNs got to do is run around in a couple circles. Is good. You feel me?
I'm not gonna lie. They're gonna need a lot more to take out the YNs in Chicago.
Man,
not those
I'm gonna be real.
Let me be
honest. They're gonna have to
though.
bring out the Humvees and everything for that.
Man, but I will say this though. Hey, my Black American people, man, stay out of this, man. Stay out of this. Just sit home, chill the F out. You feel me? You know what I mean? I know. And the people out there that's on the streets, out there that's really doing activist work out there in the Chi, they saying that they want the national troops out there. And the Black people that is getting hemmed up, they're saying they're doing illegal shit. So it's like some propaganda shit that they pushing. So if you're an upstanding Black American citizen, just stay out of it. You feel me? Don't be doing no protest, none of that. Stay out of it. Let the National Guard do their thing. All right. That's how I feel about it. And I ain't gonna lie, man, looking at that clip, it was hard for me to look at that because one, Pritzker, he kind of looked like Bowser a little bit. That was throwing me off. And then Rachel Maddow, she kind of looked like a young Vanilla Ice. So I was just thrown off, man. This shit was throwing me in a loop, man.
Bro.
So I'm just saying, like, sometimes it'd be hard for me to listen to these people. I hear what they be saying, but I just be like, God damn. Shit, man. Y'all putting in a lot of clips where there's a lot of funny looking people. I'm telling you, you feel me? From
Well, these are the clips for Gray's people. They're the Democrats. They're the ones that's going to save America.
It's the usual suspects.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Somebody sent over
Not-
mug shots of Antifa in the Discord like earlier today, and like you could just look at them and literally be like, yeah, 100% that's Antifa. Like the colored hair, all the piercings in the face. I gotta send it to you guys. It's fucking hilarious.
I saw that on
typical,
X.
like when you think of them, that's exactly who it is.
I saw that on X and I reposted. I'm pretty sure I reposted it or I commented and I said, looks like the usual suspects. Because that's what they always say about us. And it's like, yeah, that is legitimately the usual suspects. Everybody in those mugshots looks like somebody who previously worked at Starbucks who now gets paid by an NGO to be an agitator on a protest. They look like the usual suspects for sure. I know they're getting paid to agitate.
They are getting paid, and that's the point I'm trying to make. These are not peaceful people, like innocent people, like mamas and families. This is paid agitators. But, man. All right, I'm going to play Stephen Miller. This is for Mia. This is him defending the raids.
Case that, as Pritzker frames it, you are profiling brown people. That this immigration crackdown is designed to go after people of color.
It's such a, oh, what a dumb question. The illegal aliens who are here are taking jobs away from blacks, they're taking jobs away from whites, they're taking jobs away from Latinos, they're taking their health benefits away, they're taking their school slots away, and of course in many cases they're committing heinous crimes. We cannot have a system of law in this country that privileges illegal aliens over American citizens, and that's what they're doing. You know it, and I know it.
So that's not exactly a no, Stephen. Can you just unequivocally state that the immigration policy? I said it's a dumb question. Okay.
Well,
I appreciate that, but
it's a dumb question.
So no, this policy is not designed.
I thought when I said it was a dumb question, it meant no.
Well, I just want to be clear and precise. I appreciate you trying to qualify my questions, but nevertheless, I think it's a fair one that a lot of people have.
My full answer is no. That is a lie, and it's a dumb question.
So, Mia, is it a dumb question or is it legit? Is it racist with them sending these troops to very black and brown Chicago?
Yes, two things can be true at once. We could have an immigration problem that they need to be removed, and they are specifically targeting people of color. I mean, this disproportionately affects people of color. And the crazy thing is this is the federal government's Trojan horse to get into black and brown communities in order to round us up. Like the prime example is DC. They did over 3,000 arrests in DC. Only 43% of them were actually illegal citizens. The rest were black and brown Americans that were arrested. And a lot of people think, oh, wow, well, the crazy thing is the laws for state are different than the laws for feds. So DC is a great point. You can have, let's say, 3 marijuana plants in DC. You can't have that federally. So now these people kick down your door, they invade your privacy, and then now you're going to get federal charges when you normally wouldn't get charges at all. So the majority of the people they arrested in DC were actually black and brown. And that is a problem for people like me. I'm racially ambiguous. I look Dominican half the time. So now I have to walk around in fear, and I didn't even do anything wrong. Kamal's light-skinned too. Like, we're just trying to vibe, and now all of a sudden they're harassing us. They're always trying to harass us. We're the people they really want at the end of the day, because they're arresting us more than they're arresting the illegals, and DC proves it. They arrested us more than they arrested illegals. We caught the charges more than the illegals did. And that's not fair.
You don't look Dominican.
And you don't spend a lot of time. They don't spend a lot of time with Dominicans, babe. Dominicans look black. They don't want to be black, but they look black. They just light skinned.
Hold on, can I ask something? Ascended Phoenix, is that you from Twitter? I know another person named Ascended Phoenix from Twitter that I follow. I wonder if is that them.
Maybe.
Let me know in the chat.
Maybe let us know in the chat. All right. I'm gonna play this last clip.
Hold on. Can I say, Eric, this is funny though. God damn, way too much gang violence in Utah. That is hilarious. Goodness gracious. Wow. That is
Ain't nothing going on in Utah.
No, he's not the same guy, by the way. He says
okay. It's somebody else.
But speaking of the deportations, this is Tom Homan, and this is what he says about Illinois and that they're lying.
Pritzker should be calling President Trump up and thanking him for taking over 1,000 criminal aliens off the streets of his state. The same President Trump did in Los Angeles, the same he did in Washington, D.C., the same we're doing in other cities. We're there to make the city safer. And you think Governor Pritzker and the Mayor Johnson, their number one responsibility is protection of the communities. Remove public safety threats from the public. We're there to do that. And we're not going to stop doing it. They can stand aside and watch us do it. But we're going to be out there tonight. We're going to be out there tomorrow. And, thank God for Governor Abbott. He's sending troops out there to help protect ICE officers who have over 1,000% increase in attacks. So President Trump's doing the right thing. We're going to continue doing the right thing. We are not stopping what we're doing.
So he says they're lying. They're not stopping. I'm going to let ladies go first. Mia, what's your closing thoughts and what did you think of the show and the clip?
Great show. Great topics. Lots of laughs. It's funny. If you're not following all of us, please do follow all of us. Make sure to follow this page and hit subscribe. We do this Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And to be honest, they're not going to stop. And, it is what it is. You're broken here legally. You got to go. I don't agree with using unsavory practices to get you to go. I don't think racially profiling and stop and frisk is the way to go, because that just disenfranchises the rest of us here that have been here for hundreds of years and that are foundational to this country. It's not our fault people are breaking in. But other than that, I mean, you're here illegally. Just see yourself out. And if you're Black American, stay home. Don't do this. Don't catch a federal charge. Don't get bear spray to the face. It's not fun. You don't like it. Stay home. Just stay home. It's not worth it.
No, but I forgot we have an announcement I do need to make before everybody else goes. Guys, for the rest of the year, as a thank you to everyone supporting with us, we do have a special going on for our memberships. You can become a member for $1.99 a month. And when you become a member, you get loyalty badges next to your name, so we know who you are. You also will have access to custom emojis. I will be adding more. It'll be like 20, I think. So you'll special stickers, and then access to our member only videos. When we did go see Charlie Kirk, we went to the SAS Festival. We got to meet Myron Gaines. We got to see Charlie up close. Shout out to Kamal for helping us do that. So you would have access to that member only video. And then for $4.99 a month, you get all of that. Plus you get a member only live stream. We are going to commit to doing one at least once a month. It'll probably be on a Friday night. So yeah, definitely join. $1.99, the basic stuff, $4.99, a member only live stream. Thank you guys for supporting. Enzo, let everybody know. Oh yes, thank you. Come on. Enzo, let everybody know where they can find you, because people in the chat said they wanted to go to your live. So which name are you going on?
So yeah, until tomorrow, I'm on my third backup account. TikTok hit me with a 7-day ban on the main two. Yeah, TikTok hates me. So I'll drop the name in the chat, but it is Enzo Debates 3.0 is the name on TikTok. Like I said, I'll drop it in the chat before I leave. My closing thoughts will be: this was a very good episode. Actually, a comedic relief, honestly. Went from talking about the lunch lady in California to illegal immigrants in Chicago and Portland. It's very, very good change. I'm just going to keep echoing what I've been echoing about the illegal immigrant crisis in the country. If we didn't have the blunders of the Biden-Harris administration, none of this would have been going on. If we had Democrats who were strict on crime in cities, we wouldn't have this going on. Democrats need to get their act together. 100% they do. They need to get their focus back onto the American people instead of focusing on select subgroups of people. Look at everybody as a whole instead of prioritizing illegal migrants over anybody. You guys don't want military force in your streets? Cool. So act correctly, because it's going to happen one way or the other. You're going to keep fighting federal officers. It's going to happen. But I mean, this is just the same old playbook with the Democrats. They don't really care about anybody. I mean, we could just look at this. They care about illegal migrants more, and they care about Donald Trump more than anything, because they won't prosecute anybody related to the Epstein case. They only care about getting all the files out because they think Donald Trump's in it. So again, Democrats, get your priorities together.
Great closing thoughts, Enzo. Kamal, what's your closing thoughts?
First of all, Eric, I don't surf, bro. Also, I just wanted to feel like wearing my regular glasses today. You feel me? Second of all, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all is jumping today, man. Y'all showing how we're both. We have Democrats on, and we have some Republicans all in the chat, man. So shout out to y'all. Next thing I want to say, hey, my Black American people, stay out of this. You feel me? Let them do their thing. We staying out of it. Chill out. You feel me? Second, yeah, I want illegal immigrants out of here. It's already been proven on Tuesday that they take more than they put in. When we was doing our we did our goddamn research in real time, and it showed. It's like, yeah. So I want them out of here, man. And also, they bringing the wages down. They bringing the wages down, man. And yeah, man, some of them is doing some faulty shit, man. One of the illegal immigrants killed one of our Black sisters. I talked about it. If y'all want to go see the show that I talked about it on, go to Kamal Johnson Network on YouTube. Hit your bird with a sub. Also, I got pinned to the top the new party on my side. Y'all go sub to them also, and make sure y'all hit that notification bell for both channels, so you know when we go live. You feel me? And also follow everybody on the panel. Hey, Eric, bro, you gotta go over the Enzo debate, man. You already opened up floodgates, bro. You and what was the other dude named Spam Meat or Meat Merchant? I don't know. It's some dude named
Beef Supreme or some shit.
Yeah,
It was some fruity shit like that.
Yeah, Beef Supreme. I don't know. Y'all gotta go to Enzo shit, bro. You already kind of calling them out and stuff. You feel me? But yeah, follow everybody else that's on the live, and This was a great episode. You feel me? Like I learned some new things, and at the end of the day, I'm about to just clown right now because there was some interesting characters we saw. We saw Pinky from Pinky and the Brain. That's
The lunch lady.
Yeah, we saw the lunch lady, aka foreskin head. You feel me? Who else we saw today? Bowser, he was in the building. Timu Obama, shout out to you, bro. Hakeem Jeffries was not backing down. He was having the most polite yelling match ever. We had Zesty Lemonade. He was out there walking the streets, asking the most simple questions ever. You feel me? And yeah. Also, I don't know if this is true, but I saw it in the chat. I think Heaven put it in the chat and some other people. They said that Israel already broke the deal. Is that true?
Yes. They had a very heavy day of bombardment yesterday. However, once they give up the hostages, we can move on from hearing that the reason for the bombardment is the hostages. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, for sure. And Zachary Jackson, it's not polite to ask a woman's age. You feel me? You ask him how old we is. You feel me? Don't worry about it, bro. Or send a super chat. We'll tell you how old we is. Send a super chat. We will most definitely tell you how old we is. There you go. All right.
Oh man. Well, this is what I have to say to you.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Uh-oh. Nah, you gotta stop doing that, Nor. You're gonna have John out here like, hey, put on the MAGA hat.
Sorry. Okay, Gray, you're the favorite Democrat we all love.
Well, what I'll say is how Republicans are sick of talking about Epstein files. I'm sick of talking about illegal immigration. And I'm going to say why. Because being a veteran and actually having friends that are still active that are sending me that all their leave is gone, they're not being paid. And then basically we're talking about these people who are not being paid, being sent to go do government things, and they're not even getting paid because of the government shutdown. So to speak for the soldiers, I would say for me, when I was in the National Guard, I was in college and I worked at overnights at Walmart with Nora. And for me, I couldn't imagine my life being uprooted and having to go to another state to deal with American civilians. So like, just as someone who did that profession, I do feel bad for those people having to uproot their lives and go do this, because I feel like we just look at these people as objects where we don't actually think about these people as actual people, where I'm getting messages from people where they're really complaining. The joke, what they said was the Army guys lost beard and bread in the same week. So Pete Hegseth is doing things to real people that are dealing with it. Like we always say on a new party, always vote.
I got a question, man. Brian H., expound on your damn comment. You saw what he said right here? Blacks that are part of a supremacy organization. When I was talking, you typed that. Expound on that. And Zachary Jackson, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, bro. Oh, congrats, bro. I'm glad you're a black father. Shout out to the black fathers that take care of their kids and shit. But what's that have to do with us going to college and shit? I don't understand none of that.
I agree.
I'm just confused.
People trolling tonight. But shout out to our fans, our supporters. Shout out to our mods, John and Heaven in the chat tonight. Thank you so much. Free Mind said, well, great. I'm glad you're here. This is how America is supposed to be. Clear discussion, disagreements with laughs. This what Martin wanted. This what Charlie died for. Great things, y'all. And yes, this is what Charlie wanted. Part of my closing thoughts, I do want to remind everyone of what Charlie wanted. This is definitely what he wanted. He wanted this.
Talking, really bad stuff starts. When marriages stop talking, divorce happens. When civilization stop talking, civil war ensues. When you stop having a human connection with someone you disagree with, it becomes a lot easier to want to commit violence against that group. What we as a culture have to get back to is being able to have reasonable disagreement where violence is not an option. When people stop.
So yeah, I say all that to say we need to have civil discourse. America's strength has never been in choosing sides. It's about finding common ground, standing strong together, red or blue, left or right, the stars and stripes cover us all. Unity isn't about agreement. It's about allegiance to something greater than our differences. God bless and good night, everyone.